All right, now. So, the power armor. What I've really been feeling from the vibes of the kind of like Pisces 11th house, all these videos I've been watching, all these people, all this information that, people have been sharing, and I've been trying to like learn all of it. Well, learn. I'm gonna say like follow the direction of it, and because it's just kind of at that point now where it's like if you know Pisces and the whole thing and like how it works, then it's at this point, they have their system that they know how it works. Like it's just figuring out how to like not get taken out of it. So anyway, the power armor, I believe would be a part of your second house because it'd be what you'd value, what you'd spend your money on, what you'd want on you, what you'd want to keep with you. Like I was saying, like it's your, like the second house, like your item, your inventory. You would put, your armor in your inventory to put onto your first house, but it would be something that you'd have to value as armor to get it, to put it on. So, you'd have to make a choice, like which armor. So, if you're making that choice, which armor, then, like for a Taurus rising, then the armor that a Taurus rising uses is Gemini, because it's the ideas, the communication, the short trips, like no one's going to get angry at you if you keep moving. People only get angry with you if you stay somewhere for a long time and build up a reason for someone to not like you. So, as long as you don't wear out your welcome and you just only stay there for a little bit, then that's going to protect you because you're not going to be there long enough to piss anyone off. So, that's, the Taurus rising, they start to sense, okay, people don't like me, just what they think is me just sitting around, but it's really me coming here to try to get all y'all to stop being irritated and pissed off as much. But like, if you see it as me like not doing anything because you feel like your drive or what you're going towards is the right thing, then I guess, I've been here long enough and I should, move on. And that's what a Taurus rising uses to like, that's their defense. So, and also maybe that kind of idea of the coming down, the monarchy and all that type of deal would branch off into like a skill tree and skill sets and weapons, and something I'm still working on. I still need to figure out that. And oh yeah, man, no, I touched on it a little bit, but I didn't really go in depth yet on what. Okay, you notice or you sense the different planets and the different influences of energies within like other people's bodies. The Aries would be able to do that. For another type, or another rising, it might be like for a Leo rising, they might have Cancer there, so for them it'd be the moon. And a Sagittarius rising friend of mine told me that, for instance, the planets are like, the Mercury is like a moon of the sun. And it's, it's a messenger. And it's funny how, like, for Cancer rising, Gemini would be their 12th house. So there'd be really the people that are getting people to come in, and talk, and like there's this one woman that like is at this church, it kind of give my mom problems, but like, in general, if it was worked out, just looking at a Cancer rising, or as using her as an example, it's the person that actually gets people like, hey, you should come check out our thing, and we'll have this, and we'll have drinks, and we'll have this stuff, and we'll talk, and oh yeah, all that's, I'll make sure you have that, and everything's fine, yeah. And that would be like the Cancer rising. They're coming off like they're nurturing you, but they're the ones that are really getting you to come to a location, like, and actually like talk with people and do stuff. But yeah, then you take like a Leo rising. They're the ones that are actually nurturing you by being the star. They're getting the attention so they can create an environment, the actual home for people to even be able to talk to begin with, or the comfortable environment where you'd feel like doing anything. And for instance, that would end up tying into helping out the TPs, or ETPs, by them feeling better, and then that's how they attract the skills to them, because the ETPs are seen as the more like for instance, they're the people like breaking stuff apart and taking the pieces, and you could say in the Aquarius way with the TI Aquarius friend circles and stuff. And say, for instance, if you had like a Leo rising, like my friend that's a Leo rising and has, their introverted thinking in Gemini in the 11th house, then, they'd be attracting, these like-minded people with like the skills, they'd be like working on stuff, and he ends up like working on people's cars and stuff a lot around his home. That he's created, like going around like helping people a lot, like making them feel better, because he's following his feelings, and then that's how they end up again starting like exploring everywhere, like going all kinds of different places, doing all this stuff everywhere, is because they're following their feeling inside that's pulling them to go there, right? So that's another interesting little thing to think about, is how like the introverted feeling would tie into the Cancer, even though it might be a different kind of introverted feeling. Like, for instance, my kind of introverted feeling is Scorpio, but then how you would balance Scorpios with Cancer and Pisces. Or like, for instance, say if someone had a weird one, like they have, not really weird actually, but weird in the context of this example, say they had like, I don't know, Capricorn introverted feeling or something. Well, no, that's still kind of, what's an in conjunct of Cancer? Yeah, Aquarius. So they have like Aquarius introverted feeling. Then thinking about how like someone that's a Cancer might be able to affect the introverted feeling of Aquarius, which again, it could tie in back to a ESTP Leo rising because of the connection to Aquarius, and then being able to connect it to Gemini, or like a Leo rising in general, they would have the Cancer there. I'm digressing a little bit, but there's a point to what I'm saying. Like someone with that Cancer energy would be able to make anyone feel better. So that means that they've got some kind of connection to any kind of introverted feeling wherever it's at. So, they'd be like nurturing that in one way or another. So that's another little, thing I'm working on, another aspect to kind of, travel down. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna call it for now, because these are mostly theories now. So I don't know, if I think of something else that was more concrete, I'll do that one too. But yeah, So, well, it's concrete, but more. I have more experience in it myself. But yeah, so well, I guess the one other side note is I noticed it was interesting that the higher self channel picked Portland, Oregon, and that was a place that I thought maybe would be more progressive, or a place inside the United States around Eugene or Portland or something where they'd be more progressive, and that would connect to like for instance, if there was an INFP, for instance, that was an Aquarius rising, that would be someone that would end up be be pretty likely to push this whole idea forward anyway, which is also be kind of like the geek psychology guy. He's probably like an INFP Aquarius rising. Or, connected to that in some way. But yeah, there's that. So, I think that's about it. More things to think about. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.